Okay, last step before we eat. Let's break this chicken down. So I like to use a pan here to kind of contain everything. And when I'm doing this, it gets pretty messy. So I do typically use gloves, like you'll see here, my nice blue powder gloves. You can do one of two things. I like to use forks and kind of shred the chicken as I go through and pull it apart. Or, I mean, you could always go the traditional route and use a knife and fork and just kind of slice it if you're making bigger pieces. I'll kind of do a combination of both. So here I'm just going to start slicing down, cutting along either side of the backbone, and this is going to let me kind of pull that out. You could also flip it over and get right at the breasts, but this way I find is easier. You can kind of get the main bones out. So you'll see here, and this is right out of the oven, so this thing is pretty hot. But you'll just reach in and pop out that backbone. And I'm saving it in a pot off screen here to make some stock in a minute. But, of course, I mean, you could throw that away if you wanted to do that. And the rest of the time, you're just going to try to get as much meat off as possible. So there's not much of a rhyme or reason in this case because we're going to package this chicken and save it, not necessarily serve it at the table right now. If you were, you could always cut off the breast or make it look pretty. But in this case, I'm just going to get all the chicken off, and then we can eat.